Welcome. This is me playing on my main account, and we're going to be reviewing this game. I played a few days ago, and it went really well. I pretty much had a perfect game, and I want to commentate over this game just to let you guys know my thought process and how to replicate games like this. Really, what you want to be aiming to do when you're climbing is try to give yourself the best opportunity by remaining very consistent. And if you can replicate games like these, you will climb very, very fast. So here I'm starting on my red side. I simply want to clear my top side and just play towards my bot lane. Considering the enemy bot lane is pretty easy to gank if they get into a fight. And I don't want my bot lane dying to the echo. That's my main concern. I really don't want my bot lane dying to any echo ganks. So I'd want to path towards my bot lane. I don't mind so much for leaving my top lane alone. It's a Poppy, like she's a tank. She's going to do fine even if she dies a couple times to some echo ganks. It's not the end of the world. And so far, it actually looks like my Poppy is doing really well. She's getting priority, even though she's weak side. However, my bot lane is getting pushed in. Yeah, they're just doing a little bit lower in HP, and the Xayah had to pop her heal there, or her health potion. They are a poke lane, so it's gonna be rough. Like Karma Ezreal. Xayah does have short auto attack range, so recently I learned that it's actually better to do Gromp here instead of doing your blue right away. And that's simply because when you're going to clear this way again, make your Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, and Gromp, it's going to come all back together. It's going to respawn together. It's going to be much faster on your clear. It just makes your clearing a lot more efficient. And I decided not to do blue yet because I saw an opportunity here. So I decided to, give some pressure bot lane because I thought I could make something happen. And it turns out we actually pick up a kill. It's not on the target I hit, but nevertheless, it worked out. And then it turned out like my bot lane actually dove the Karma and we got a kill there too. So me applying pressure there is a good thing. And now I'm just going back to clear my jungle, just clearing my blue buff. I'm going to reset. I'm going to go straight back to my top side. I think I'm going to buy Lucidity Boots first. I think that's what I buy first. Yeah, first item, Lucidity Boots. Just being very efficient with my gold, using all the gold that I have to spend. And I actually am a big fan of the Lucidity Boots first item purchase. Simply because it just makes you faster to get to plays faster. It makes your abilities come off of cooldown faster. It gives me my summoner ability haste, so pretty much my flash is on a faster cooldown or on a shorter cooldown. And it looks like right here I have an opportunity to gank, so I'm gonna come around here. I'm gonna delay my clear to my Raptors and my Wolves. This looks promising, so I'm going for it. I'm holding my Q right here, waiting for him to blow flash or something. He didn't flash though, so I just pop it, and we get the kill. Like, he should have flashed there, but he just decided not to. I'm not quite sure why. But as Vi, whenever you're going for ganks like this, you always want to be holding onto your Q. Unless you know for sure, like they have no flash or they have no way to escape you, then you can just, land that Q on top of them. But I had no recollection of the gangplank flashing, and Poppy didn't tell me, so I wasn't sure if he had it or not. And it looks like someone stole my Raptors while I was doing that gank, which is not a big issue because it still follows in line with my clear. You always want to be clearing in like a straight line so that when your camps respawn, they just spawn perfectly together, and it's very satisfying. I think jungle is quite a satisfying role when you clear efficiently, that is. And here, I think from this position, I could potentially do like a lane gank, like come through right here. Or what I can do is I can just do dragon with the priority that bot lane has given me. Yeah, and it looks like I'm going for this lane gank here. Just gonna go through the bushes. Oh, and then I change my mind and ping for this dragon. I pop my sweepers, just making sure that the enemy doesn't have vision on this. And Tristana looks like she's giving me prio as well, which is really nice. It's gonna be really hard for the enemy contest this. And we see Echo top lane, so there's no way he can steal this, which is really nice. Now me and Echo have started on opposite sides. Ooh, I'm gonna ult him here to see if we can push him back into the Tristana. Ooh. Ooh, just waiting for that. Ooh, so close, so close. So I got pushed back into the tower, and I was just waiting for his ultimate to go down so I can escape. And luckily, I managed to make it out. I was thinking about invading his jungle, but I saw the Azir there, and I decided to try to make a play. I really like that Vi, her ultimate, you can guarantee your Q after your ultimate finishes. Before, people could actually flash out of it, but now you can no longer do that. They changed that. So Vi got like a little bit of a buff in terms of her consistency, because you can like CC lock people with alt Q. And that's what I tried to do there, because I thought like maybe Tristana can burst him down. Didn't happen that way. I was thinking that Echo stole my red, but he actually took my Krugs instead. That kind of rhymed. That actually rhymed, and I didn't mean it. So I brought my Tiamat on that second base there. And I'm just clearing down again. Keeping that consistency in my clear. And that's the way you want to be playing. Ooh, I paused there for a second. I don't know why I did that. Oh, and I paused there again. I'm like missing my auto attacks from the camps. That's kind of bad. But that's exactly how you want to be playing jungle, especially Vi. You don't want to be falling behind in your camps. You want to be clearing as efficiently as possible, and only deviating from your clear when you know you can make something happen, or the likelihood of you making a good play works out. And again, you want to clear your Gromp before you get your blue buff, just for efficiency's sake. We see Echo here. I have my ultimate. I want this fight. I just want to clear this Gromp before I go down. I think I'm close to level 7. Yeah, that's why. And Echo's actually taking the crab here. And we see the bot lane overextended. Lux lands a really nice Q onto the Karma. And I'm just going to chase down the Ezreal with my ultimate. So luckily he didn't have his E or flash to flash me under the tower there when I ult him. I'm right there. I flashed Q on him. Not really because I want the kill, but just to make sure that my bot lane doesn't die when Echo is going on top of them, right? Preventing deaths as a jungler is one way to a different playstyle. Like, you can definitely play in a way where you just prevent your own team's deaths. And I find playing that way is really, really helpful and useful against champions that really love to gank. Like, for example, Elise or like a Lee Sin. Those champions that are very aggressive early. If you just farm your jungle, the enemy jungler is going to kill your team. So whenever you're versing aggressive junglers, like, I wouldn't classify Echo so much as an aggressive jungler as those ones. But what you want to do is pretty much, like, you want to prepare for the counter gank. You want to understand where they started. They most likely going to level 3 gank, and just try to match them where they're going so that you can counter whatever gank they go for. You're kind of like the watchman of your team. Like, you watch over what they're doing and making sure they're not doing anything stupid. And if they are doing something stupid, it's okay, because you're there to bail them out if they need that help. And looks like we have dragon coming up soon. So I'm just going to clear my top side before I go down there. I'm most likely going to do Krugs, Raptors, and then go to my dragon. Just secure that objective for our team. Do I go for this? Okay, good. I make the decision to instead go for these minions here, because you don't want to waste any experience. I missed the cannon, sadly. So Azir looks like he's roaming down to bot lane, so you want to punish him for doing this by just shoving at the mid lane. I have Tiamat, so I can just shove lanes really quickly. And now he's going to be losing some experience here, which is really nice. He's missing 1, looks like 2 creeps. See how much he misses here. 3 creeps, 4 creeps, 5. I think he's gonna miss the whole wave. Yeah, he misses a whole wave. So that's very big. Like we already see he's level 10 and Tristana's level 9. But making him miss the whole wave there is actually very helpful. Very helpful for the Tristana. A lot of the times it's not levels that, or it's not gold that's killing your teammates. It's the experience they have. And Tristana, she kind of goes in for a bad trade there. And she gets punished for it. And I try to kill the Azir doing my full combo. But I don't have quite enough damage yet. And this is what I was talking about with snowballing and builds and whatnot. I usually prefer to go like full damage with the Dirk, because if I had a Dirk and Caulfield's Warhammer here with Electrocute, I most likely kill them both here. However, this build scales so well, so you don't even need to worry about missed kills, like these missed opportunities here, because you're just going to become so strong anyways that the enemy team is not going to be able to handle you. So some would argue like, hey, lethality, if you had lethality here, you kill them there. But I also got really low, so there was a chance if I misplayed, then I would have died there too. It's just unfortunate that my Tristana is now 2 levels down against Azir. He's now level 11. But imagine if he reached that before. Like if he didn't lose that wave that I shoved under. Tristana would be even more behind. And she's really close to level 10, so she's not quite 2 levels behind, more like a level and a half, or maybe like a level and a quarter. And again, I'm just cleaning top to bottom. Nothing crazy here. It's just simple jungle efficiency. We saw the Azir move up, so I dropped this pink ward right here. Don't want him stealing my red buff or anything, doing anything crazy. Coming here, looking for maybe a potential gank, knowing he doesn't have flash. Charging my Q, he walks up. He misses his ulti, so this is really easy. This should be an easy kill. He is very slippery though with his dashes. And the enemy team comes in for reinforcements. I was thinking about going on the gangplank there, but seeing the Echo shield drop his W, I decided to back out instead. I also didn't have ult to follow up on my own Q, so I would have just been in a very bad spot if I followed up on that Lux Q. However, this Lux has been playing very, very, very well this game. She's been landing all of her CC. She's been doing a lot of good poke. If you look at my bot lane versus their bot lane, this is all because I decided to go down bot lane from the very start. My Poppy, she's only died once. She's got 1 assist. Not much action happening in the top lane with little jungle interference. However, if I just let Echo go down bot lane, he could definitely just mess up my bot lane very easily. So my decision in pathing this game has been spot on. And you want to pretty much just identify these plans and these weaknesses in your team comps. Just locking down the Echo here, making sure you can't ult away. Oh, he actually didn't have ult there, but regardless, just locking him down there, not giving him a chance to get away. Echo can be very slippery with his E and his dashes and his ultimate and his shield. He's got a lot of tools to escape you. This guy should be dead. He trades his life for the tower. Just gonna slow him down with my smite. Kill him with my Q. And we got the next dragon spawning. So what I want to do here is just drop Rift for pressure top lane. I'm gonna clear this. I'm most likely gonna base after this, and I'm gonna head down towards the bot lane. Yeah, I'm gonna head down towards bot. Yeah, I ping it on the way towards the dragon. You always want to be thinking about what's the next objective to get about a minute ahead and try to plan for that. Like, this is really nice because their enemy team has to answer this somehow. See, so you see Echo is here. That leaves bot lane open, and it's gonna leave us lots of space and lots of time to get this and secure this dragon. And then we'll be in a wonderful position because we'll have 3 dragons, and we'll have to force the enemy team to fight us on the 4th. There's no way the enemy team can stop us. The bot lane can try, like Azir can try, but if they stop up too close, like we got our ulti and we can lock them down and really mess them up. So here we secure the dragon. I actually didn't have smite there, which is kind of scary. I probably should have pinged my team that and let them know, like, I need to make sure my smite is down. I actually did ping them. I did ping them. My smite was down. So we pull it out a little bit. However, nonetheless, we get the dragon. No complications. I see Tristana's basing here. So I was thinking about holding the wave for them. I think I have my item too, and I want to look to stack my Hydra. So whenever you get this buy, this Ravenous Hydra buy, you always want to look for every chance you can get to get in a lane and start stacking it up by killing minions. Because this actually doesn't stack up when you kill jungle monsters. Or maybe I'm wrong. It does stack up on jungle monsters. Oh, I'm wrong. It stacks on large monsters. That's actually my bad. I didn't know that. It looks like some action was happening, so I decided to stop my raptor camp and look for something here. And here I'm just helping my Lux secure some vision. As you can see, like, as a jungler, you want to be fluidly moving into your next play. Like, very fluidly moving from one idea to the next. So here, after I look for something here, nothing happened. Lux went to secure some vision, so I'm right nearby here, so there's no reason for me not to do it. If I can conveniently do something, I'm not going to say no. And Ezreal is kind of out of position here. But he can get away with that with his E. And he has flash and heal, so even if I had ulti there, he would probably just flash or flash me under the tower and heal. Well, it looks like you can actually stack your Hydra on jungle monsters. I was thinking under the impression the entire time that you can only stack them from minions, but there we go. I learned something new. It looks like my bot lane is sieging down mid. They're trying to shove it out. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, they're a little bit shoved up, and it looks like they're both gonna go down. Echo's gonna pick up that shutdown in the Lux. However, we are scaling. We got our 2 main items, and now we're really big. We're really strong. Like, we could probably 1v3. And I'm on my way here to help the Poppy. And look, I didn't even have to help Poppy much, and look how strong she is. Me and Poppy could probably kill their entire team. The only problems we would have is with the Azir, most likely, because he's just hard to reach. And like I said, as always, if you clear efficiently, you will have a significant CS lead against your enemy jungler. As a jungler, you always want to be looking in a solo queue environment to benefit yourself. Like, what is going to give you the biggest lead? And look at this. This is just disgusting. Yeah. And I actually escaped this because remember, I have a perfect KDA this game. And I was so scared, but that was actually a Lux shield. I thought it was like Echo Q or something. Or like Azir. And look at that. Poppy just gets to fight forever as long as she has mana. Even without mana, she can just beat people down. And her Jack Show will just deplete their HP as she stays near them. Jack Show plus Sunfire is such a strong synergy. Sunfire burns them and Jack Show like drains their HP. It's really cool. That's actually really strong. I didn't even consider that. Like I knew that Poppy was strong on my team when I was playing, but I didn't really consider the strength of the build that she made. Especially because no one on their team can kill Poppy. Maybe Gangplank can after he gets like 3 or 4 items, but she is really strong at this point in the game. That dragon is coming up now. The enemy team has to come here. Like, if they don't come here, they'll most likely lose the game from us just having 4 dragons. So I start the dragon. And the enemy team, they're rotating over. I have Smite here, ready to secure this. Echo comes in, and he bursts it down. Like, it was really close. It was at 1000 HP, and he actually hit it down to just the right amount, and he steals it, which is really nice for the enemy team. Like, it actually stalls the game a bit longer for them. And here, I'm just trying to stay in the fight, just trying to look for the next target to Q auto E. And as long as I'm hitting people, I'll be strong enough to just survive, because my Conqueror's stacked up, and I'm gonna heal. I got red buff, I'm gonna heal. My Ravenous Hydra is stacked up, and I'm gonna heal off of that. There's a lot of healing in this build. Like even Sundera gives you health as well. Like when you hit somebody. Yeah, when you hit someone, a champion, you get health from Sundera. There's just a lot of healing in this build. It's called complemented by this green, um, the green jungle item that gives you a shield as well. And when you have unflinching, whenever you have a shield, you have tenacity. There's just so many synergies in this build that make it so strong and make Vi just such a wonderful bruiser champion. If you've noticed, if you've watched any of my other videos, I've kind of adopted the truth behind Vi just being a bruiser champion and that being her ideal playstyle. Here I am looking to save my Tristana. I don't have ulti, unluckily. However, my Q is on such a low cooldown, so I can kind of chase really easily. I missed the Q on the Echo here. I try to Q over onto the Ezreal, but I'm a little bit short on my Q. No one saw that. I didn't fail that Q over the wall there. And here there's not much to do. Like we applied some pressure, so we're just gonna go to the next closest thing. The next closest thing to take for free. Which is my jungles. And I'm really strong at this point in the game. I have Death Dance. I got my 2 core items. And it looks like Echo's trying to make a play here. And I know that Echo doesn't have ulti, so that's kind of who I'm trying to go for here. I tried to flash over this thing because I thought I was stuck. I actually wasn't stuck there. And Azir flashes away. Like, they're very slippery, Azir and the Echo here. But I think he dies here. Yeah, I'm just going to walk up and press E and he's dead. Like, we're pretty much just running around the map chasing him. However, you don't want to get too astray chasing enemy kills. We want to look for the next objective. So, of course, we're going to shove in this lane and try to take this tower. And I'm thinking about going in there and fighting, but I'm like, there's no reason to. I could just take the tower for free. Like, Poppy is zoning them, so I might as well use the pressure that Poppy's giving me and just take the tower for free. So I'm gonna ult Karma, Q her into the Lux ulti, and she's gonna die. She's gonna pop. And if you see, my ultimate is on a 43-second cooldown. It was ridiculous. Like, absolutely ridiculous bonkers. Ridiculous ability haste on this build. It's so strong. And of course, I don't die. Because this build is ridiculous, as you can see. The healing is, there's just so much. I got Death Dance to delay like any burst. So I can always just go back in and fight to survive. I can fight with my Hydra that's stacked up at 40 to get the Omnivamp and just survive. Time and time again, surviving all these close fights. I've got ulti up again already. I'm just gonna ulti and then back away and then Q back in. Combo them. And again, looking for another Q here. I'm gonna Q away this time because I'm under tower range. And we're just overwhelming the other enemy team. And here we just end the game. And just like that, 13-0-6, perfect score and perfect game. Well, it wasn't actually a perfect game. There were some mistakes that I made. However, there were very minimal mistakes. Very small ones. So 26,000 damage. I think that's the most on the team. Yeah, it was the most in the game. But the most important stat on Vi is not actually damage. You want to be looking at a damage to objectives. This is the main stat that determines whether you win a game or not. If the rule is 30,000 is minimal, like that's what you should be aiming for every single game. 40,000, you did your job well, like you played your role and fulfilled your role almost perfectly. And 50,000, you should never lose a game. If you ever hit 50,000 damage on objectives, you should always, that's just always a one game. It doesn't matter if I have 5,000 damage dealt to champions, 10,000, 15,000, 30,000. If you got this number up here, you're winning your games majority of the time. Anyways, thanks for watching. This is Classical Kill. Masters Vi player, rank 3 in NA. Out.